If you want to learn about the 4 must-have marketing systems you need to have in place before you see your very first patient or client, watch this. But for the sake of today's episode, I wanted to go over my top 4 tools that I think every practitioner needs to have in place. Number 1, without fail, you must have an online scheduling system of some sort. I cannot tell you the number 1 importance of having people be able to book in with you without having to talk to another human. We do not like getting on the phone. We are all very impulsive, and I've definitely mentioned this in a number of different podcast episodes, so I'm going to repeat it today. You must have an online scheduling tool of some sort, which you could put at the footer of all of your emails. You could put into your social media posts so that people can directly book in with you. If you are venturing into creating video ads or just videos on social media, I think this is the perfect call to action. And again, it minimizes a lot of hoops that people need to jump through, because the more hoops they need to jump through, the less likely they are to end up booking in with you. We really can only capture people's attention for a few seconds. And then after that, it's kind of like, well, if they stuck around, great, but you could have lost a really pivotal sale there. Now, it doesn't mean you have to pay for this software. Calendly has a free option where I think you get 1 or 2 booking links, more than enough for when you're getting started out, because basically all you really want to capture are those new leads, those initial patients or clients. So Calendly is perfectly fine. As you get more into a rhythm of having everything being booked online, MindBody is quite wonderful. Now, it is a huge software in the fact that it invoices, does all of your products. It's great for a multidisciplinary clinic, so may not be the first one you want to jump into. VCITA is used by a lot of people. In fact, I used that when I first started. I have since graduated to Acuity, and I will have all of these links in the show notes for you so you don't have to remember anything. And the reason why I like Acuity, and let me preface it with this, MindBody, VCITA, and Acuity all have a US monthly charge. I think Calendly also does for an upgraded version, which is anywhere from $10 or higher. Acuity is $20 US. VCITA is $15 to $20. MindBody, I couldn't tell you because one of my clinic locations uses it and I love it, but I'm not paying for that software. The reason why I like Acuity is because not only can I create any booking link I want to, there's an unlimited amount of booking links that I can create. So I can have a booking link for each one of my appointments. If I have a specialized appointment, I can make a specific link for that. If I'm doing a Facebook ad, I make specific links for those Facebook ads so I know where my traffic is coming from. It's also really great because then on your calendar, you know exactly what those people are expecting on any given visit, as opposed to just a generic 15-minute visit. Maybe it's a weight loss visit. Or if this person is coming in off a Facebook ad, I know exactly what was in that ad, so I know what they're expecting to get in the first visit. You can also create your appointments to be private or public. So I can have some links that only people that have that link can use. They will never be able to see it openly on my website or any other place. And then, of course, there's the ones that are public that everybody can see and everybody can book into. Acuity also links with my Facebook page, so I have my entire booking calendar right on my Facebook page too. I haven't had anybody use it as far as I know, but at least the option is there and it's all included in the service. And the other reason why I really like Acuity is because it gives you reports. So I can quickly download a report of all of the appointments I've had for the year, for the month, for the week, and it's all itemized by the appointment booking link. So for me, it helps me see on a month-to-month or year-to-year basis which appointments were more profitable, less profitable, or popular. And then also how my associates are doing that work for me in my Caledonia practice too. I can see how their booking has been. So I personally found all of those features to be more than worth it with regards to paying the $20 per month. And of course, that is an expense that's going against your business. So online scheduling has to be number one. Number two, I want you to pick one, max two social media sites that you are going to be using to position yourself as an authority. That could be Instagram and Facebook. The nice thing is those two are linked together. So every time you post on Instagram, it automatically posts to Facebook. So that makes life a little bit easier. Maybe Twitter is where you want to be hanging out. So with Twitter, you'll have to be a lot more engaged, posting more frequently, but it is very helpful with regards to hashtags and tagging people. Pinterest may be where you want to go. The cool thing about Pinterest is it's basically an SEO-driven social media site. So the more you use it, the more those posts will actually remain evergreen with regards to driving traffic into your business. No different than a blog post or a YouTube video. Speaking of YouTube, YouTube was where I got my start, and I still have patients today that comment on how many YouTube videos I've created and how engaged I am on YouTube and the content that I'm putting out there. And I haven't posted a new video to YouTube in probably the better part of a year. So you may want to be thinking about the social media sites that are takes longer for them to get going, but they pay off in dividends over the long haul. Facebook and Instagram are very quick sort of reward and gratification, but unless somebody's actually scrolling through your entire feed, or unless you're reposting a lot of your older posts, people just probably aren't going to see them. So you may want to be strategic about where you start, but as I said, pick one or two social media platforms. Now this brings me to number three. I strongly encourage, and I've done an entire Instagram story on this. I think I've done a number of videos on this. If you are going to be using Facebook and Instagram, it is in your best interest to make sure that you are also creating a few key audiences right from the get-go. Because here's the issue that I find a lot of my students will run into is they've been working so hard at posting multiple times a day. Their content is amazing, and yet they've lost all of that data because they didn't create an audience that's going to capture all of the people that are engaging with their posts. So with Facebook, you can go into Facebook Business Manager and you can create a couple of custom audiences. Those custom audiences, I would strongly recommend, will be likes, so people that like your page, and people that are engaging with your posts. And I would make that audience be for 180 days, if not more, because we want to be collecting as many people as we can, because most of us are local driven. So we don't have a huge online presence with regards to provinces and states and countries following us, or at least that's not going to drive money into our business. So we need to allow Facebook to capture as many people for as long a period of time as we can. So I would say 180 days is pretty safe. If you're doing something very, very short term, like a really quick promo or something like that, you may want to make it a shorter audience. But I would probably do people that like my page over 180 days, people that engage with my posts in 180 days, people that engage with my page in 180 days, and let that be sort of your starting point. If you are going to be using Instagram as one of your social media pieces, then I would also do the same thing in Facebook and make Instagram audiences for the same thing. Instagram audience of people who follow your page, Instagram audience of people who engage with your page, Instagram audience of people who engage with a post. You can even create an audience for Instagram people who send you a direct message. So you have all of these different audiences. The most important thing is that you create those audiences at the very beginning so that you have access to them anytime you wanted to leverage an Instagram ad or a Facebook ad. It is not retroactive. So if you are listening to this podcast right now and you haven't created those audiences yet, If you create them today, which will literally take you 30 minutes max, it will not go back and collect all of that previous data. It's only going to move from today forward. So the sooner you get this done, the better. Now, the final thing that I wanted to mention is an email software. So this is what's otherwise known as a CRM software. That could be MailChimp, which is my least favorite, but it is free and it does serve a purpose. The reason why I don't like MailChimp is it's not user-friendly. A lot of my students are using it, and every time I'm trying to help them with their copy or create a landing page or figure out how to segment their audience, it seems to be such a headache, and we just waste hours trying to figure it out. If you want to start with something that's free, MailChimp is where most people go. If you want to learn how to use MailChimp properly, please do. Otherwise, I would suggest you start with something like Constant Contact or Aweber, or even ClickFunnels is kind of like an all-in-one for $97 a month. So what I mean by that is you can create not only your email audiences and tag them so that you can email certain people based on certain actions. You can also create landing pages with ClickFunnels. You can run a membership program with ClickFunnels. With Constant Contact and Aweber, it's strictly just going to be your email newsletter and your campaigns. I personally use Infusionsoft. Infusionsoft, just like MindBody, is kind of a really big piece of software. So I can do all of my emails. I do have the capability of doing landing pages in that software. It's just not very nice. They don't look very nice. But I can do all of my email campaigns. I also run all of my clinics through Infusionsoft and invoice all of my patients. I use it as my online store, so it gives me a lot of leverage in one spot, but it does cost about $200 US per month. Again, the links for everything that we're talking about will be in the show notes, so you can kind of see my recipe list as we go through it. The other popular email softwares that I would probably recommend that I know people are using would be Kajabi. So Kajabi, again, is another all-in-one that even allows you to run webinars through it. And then, of course, there's a number of different email softwares that for some reason it's just escaping my mind. So I will put some others in the list in the show notes as